Hi everyone, Mercedes here from brightstarwoman.com. I'm here to talk about manifestation. It's a bit of a buzzword and it's now expanded from the new age world to coaching and personal development, and it still seems like a bit of a mystery to some people, and it may take years to master manifesting consciously. But if you don't know what it's about, how it works, then you can't consciously manifest. So I'm here to talk about how manifestation works, what it is, and how to break it down for you. All right? So essentially, manifestation is the process of converting a thought, an intention, or a feeling into physical reality. And that happens through energy, right? Some people think it sounds like magic, but really it's about physics and evolution. Because when you think about it, everything that is in our world, in physical existence, has been at some point imagined or created by people before and around us. And so what I'm saying is we're all manifestors. And the secret really is learning how to do it consciously, mindfully, which means that we're aware we're doing it and we choose what it is that we want to manifest. So the steps to follow to manifest, there are multiple methods of doing this, but I found that this one's really worked for me, is to first set an intention. So an intention is what you would like to create, what you would like to see happen, unfold, materialize in your life, either for yourself or even on a larger scale. Like if you're an idealist and you want to change something major, either in your industry, a cause that you care about, or you're a big time dreamer and you want to change the world, you need to start with an intention. And the more you practice manifesting, the easier it becomes for you to manifest quicker and larger scale things. So start small in terms of perhaps in your own life, and then work your way up. If you want to start big, then just bear in mind that things may take time to come into reality. All right? So there's also visualization that follows the intention. What does your intention look like? What's the form it would take in your life? So if we take the first two steps here, intention and visualization. So your intention is to create abundance in your life. Okay, well, that's a great intention, but be more specific without outlining to the universe and saying, I want a six-figure business, or I want to earn a, $600,000 a year, or whatever it is that you consider to be abundance. This is all financial abundance. There's also material, there's prosperity and there's abundance. They don't necessarily exclude each other, but they're different things. So try to get a bit clearer on what it is that you are trying to create. And then by visualizing, imagine what it would be like for you to make those $600,000 a year, or to have a six-figure business, or potentially just to have a little bit more each month. Whatever it is that you want to create for yourself in the context of abundance or prosperity, what does it look like? Does it look like a new house? Does it look like you renovate your current house? Does it look like you're traveling? Does it take the form of you having designer clothes? Like, I'm throwing very obvious, perhaps superficial things out there, but everyone wants different things. Even if 10 people say, I want abundance in my life, well, those 10 people mean different things by abundance. So try to get super clear and to really picture what it would look like in your life. And of course, in the process of doing this, you don't want to do what's called outlining to God or outlining to the universe, meaning that you're so focused on that particular result that you preclude other possibilities for yourself. So bear in mind this or better, this or better, this or better. And by imagining what it would look like to make that amount a year or that have that business or whatever, um, you're choosing different expressions of that prosperity or that abundance that you want for yourself. And so those expressions may change or may be tweaked a little bit, right? But when you're visualizing this, how do you feel? Like really feel how that would potentially change your life. What would it feel like for you to be able to hop on a plane and travel halfway across the world to visit a loved one, or potentially to go on that dream vacation with your life partner or with your family? And what would it feel like to wake up and see the beach from your house? Like, what is it that you envision? And then when you have it clear in your mind, you see those expressions of your manifestation. What do they feel like? Imagine what kind of sentiment you would be cultivating in yourself. And then what happens when you do that is that you are vibration matching, right? And this is when we get into energy, because when you feel something, your electromagnetic field changes. Have you ever noticed how if somebody's moody, you can feel it in the room right away, or they walk in and you can just tell they've had a bad day? Well, it's not just in the behavior, it's in the electromagnetic field. And some people feel heavy to be around, and some people feel light. So vibration matching is what happens when we feel something deeply. And so one of the biggest mistakes that happens with manifestation is that people think it's exclusively about the thought. I think positive thoughts, so it's going to happen. Well, it's so much more than that. You can think a thought, but a feeling is much stronger than a thought. And the frequency at which you repeat that feeling, the more your signal beam that you're sending out to the universe, like a magnet, becomes strong, right? And it's kind of like practicing a physical activity. The more you do it, the better you get at it, right? The more your muscles develop. So vibration matching can also become like working out a muscle. So now we've done like the spiritual work or the prep work or the mindset work, if you will, of manifestation. The next thing is driven action. If you don't take steps, your manifestation just won't happen, right? It's very rare that things will just fall into your lap. It's possible. It's totally possible. But if you want something, often the answers that we get from the universe or in our gut are inspired ideas, serendipitous connections. Like we meet somebody who just happens to know somebody who's looking for somebody to hire in your field, or you get this wonderful idea to shoot a movie or a documentary that just happens to be exactly what the internet or the industry needs, and suddenly you become a success. So driven action is a crucial part to manifestation, because we have free will, and so not everything can happen despite us, right? They happen for us, and we have to take part in that process. It's a co-creative process. We are one with the universe, so we must respond and confirm, yes, this is what I want, and so I'm acting. I'm, reaching for this thing that I want, right? And so after that, there are two more steps. There's the letting go of the how. So when we were talking about visualizing, we were talking about different expressions of that intention that you have. So Perhaps your intention for abundance and prosperity um, is a certain amount of money a year or business or whatever, and it looks like you getting a new home or maybe driving a new car, perhaps traveling, whatever. And so those, this visualization, those expressions of your intention are possibilities that help you get yourself into the feeling of your manifestation, but you have to be able to let go of the how it's going to happen, right? So you may think, okay, this year I'll make $600,000 by publishing my book. And that's possible, but maybe you'll make $600,000 doing something else, or because you've inherited part of the money, you've made a smart investment, you were guided to make an investment that turned out to be a really good one, and perhaps you've got an amazing tax return. Like, it could be a combination of things that eventually make up your manifestation. Though you may not get a tax return if you're making $600,000 a year, depending. Maybe you have a great accountant. So letting go of the how is really important because, as I said in one of my other videos about standing in your own way, we don't always know what's best for us or what's the best way. We don't always have a bird's eye view on our own life. And so we may think we have the perfect solution or the perfect approach or path, but in the end, things turn out even more beautifully than we could have possibly imagined. So we have to leave that space for the universe to happen, to make our intention happen. And then the last step is receiving and accepting. So if, again, your intention is creating abundance and you're offered opportunities and you say, no, I'm going to win the lottery. Well, you just said no to an opportunity that could have given you what you were hoping for and wishing for and willing into reality, but you just turned down one of the possibilities for things to come into form in your life. I mean, sometimes things will just feel wrong, and that's okay, but are you allowing yourself to receive? I guess that's the bigger question, right? So if you follow these steps, you will manifest. Now, if what manifests for you is not what you had intended or not how you thought it intended, then re-examine each step and see what you can tweak the next time around. And it's very possible that we'll manifest things in our lives that we don't like, and that doesn't mean that we're bad at manifesting. That just means we might not be super conscious about what we're doing. And so this is a process that can be learned. And if you're truly committed to becoming a conscious, mindful manifester, then you can practice this process of intention, visualization, feeling, or vibration matching, driven action, letting go of the how, and then receiving and acceptance, right? So I hope this was helpful to you. Please share your experience in manifestation in the comments below. And I look forward to reading about your stories. All right, take care and happy manifesting. Bye.